He was asking the congregation, condemn your white privilege. Listen to this.
Justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. Yes. Do you affirm that white privilege is unfair and harmful to those who have it and to those who do not? Yes.
What?
Do you affirm that white privilege and the culture of white supremacy must be dismantled wherever it is present? Yes.
I would have walked out.
Racial equity,
I would have walked
justice,
right
and
out of that
liberation
church.
for every person.
I would have walked right out of that church, and then I would have went back and nailed something to the door. I'm telling you what. I see. My church has been closed since March. At a time when the church needs to be open the most. This is why I have no faith in men. None. Not a shred. And biblically, we're not supposed to. But to see people who are supposed to be shepherds bend a knee to the wolves, Marxist ideology, is a disservice to their calling. It is not Christian shepherding to try to brainwash people you are supposed to be shepherding into thinking that they are somehow guilty of a moral failing that they don't actually possess. But you got a virtue signal. I see churches that are too afraid to say anything. They want to make everyone happy so that they can, go and have their plaid-wearing youth ministers get up and play the acoustic while everyone, sings and they do their worship. And I'm just so tired of it. I am turning into the biggest cynic. When I was younger and I was in my teens, I was raised Baptist, and I'm Church of Christ now. But I was raised Baptist, and I forced my single mother to drive me to church every Sunday, because when I would stay down in the Ozarks with my family, my grandma always took me to church, and I would force my mom on Sundays to get up and go to church with me. And I went, and I went to sign myself up for church camp, and I did all this stuff. And then at some point, I'm not saying this exact issue, but I was younger and I was allowing my focus to fall upon the people who were not shepherding properly, as opposed to, keeping your eyes fixed on the Lord. And it ran me away from church for a while. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm seeing some of this stuff happen again. Seeing stuff like this, this isn't gospel. That's not gospel. That's a guilt trip. It's a graceless, anti-biblical guilt trip. I would get up and walk out, and I'd never go back. All you church leaders out there, y'all need to be doing an inventory right now. And what makes me angrier about all this is I'm pretty traditional. I'm pretty old school. I shouldn't have to be telling the elders of the church how to do things. But apparently not enough men in the church are stepping up to do it. You want to know how feminism gets created? That crap. It ain't all just the third wave feminists. It's the spineless men who don't stand up and own the ground they stand on and put a stop to it. So the women feel like they got to do it. I shouldn't have to be bringing this up to my church or any other. That's how you run people out of organized religion.